Hello everyone. It's James again. And today I want to talk about something very important. This is something that all new young couples, both men and women, need to hear. And if you're older, please listen up to this too. However, this is going to be one of the most important things you can hear. If you are a man dating a woman that you really love, and you feel that she's a good person, and that she loves you back, and she's proven herself over a good length of time to be a decent person. But if you don't learn certain things about this matrix you're living in, you can lose this woman. And you as a good woman can put yourself in a situation where you believe a lie and lose a good man. Now why am I framing it this way? Can't men and women both find themselves in the same situations where bad things can happen? Yes, they can. But what I'm going to outline here is very unique to where a good woman is brainwashed by the matrix and a good relationship is ruined. And it usually happens to young couples. Couples new and eager to believe everyone out there has their best interests at heart, when in reality there are many wolves out there in sheep's clothing. So please bear in mind, I'm talking about something very specific. And I'm trying to lay out what this specific problem is, and how to deal with it, so it can potentially save some people heartache out there, and how they can sidestep this specific problem and how they can potentially grow into a wonderful relationship. Because society says, well, breakups when someone is young is normal and expected. When many people hear the mainstream side of the breakup story, they say, well, they were young, as if it's normal. But I have news for you. Couples that really love each other, that do things the right way, can meet when they are 19 and stay together a lifetime. So what is this specific issue or problem that happens? So here's the scenario. Young man meets young woman. Maybe they are 18 or 19 years old. They date for a few good years. They have a very good relationship. They both love each other, and are best of friends. They are working their little jobs, maybe at a store somewhere, while going to college, or some other post-high school education. So what happens? At some point, both are wanting to earn more money. So they start broadening their horizons. And they start taking some of the new skills they are learning and they try to get office jobs. Entry level. Basic jobs. And here's where the problem begins. Now let's say you're a young man that met this young lady through friends, or school, or work at the mall. And heck, let's say you worked at different stores in the same mall. The reality is you're with this woman all of the time. And there is really no threat of what I'm going to speak of. Or maybe I should say there is less of a threat. But the minute your woman steps into corporate America, in an office building, and you're not there, and she's good looking, every single man there is going to be eyeing her and trying to see if there are possibilities there. Now to backtrack a second. Workplace cheating is universal with both men and women. However, there is something special and different when a new woman starts working in an office than when a man starts working in an office. And ladies, you know exactly what I'm saying is true. Men don't get hit with email after email, asking them out to lunch, or to show them around the office like women do. From the moment a decent-looking woman shows up at any decent-sized company, all the men are eyeing her. And maybe I should be more fair to say, a good portion of the men are seeing if they can talk to her in some kind of way. And then half of those men that realize she has a boyfriend will politely walk away. And the other half won't care and will keep on pursuing her. Here's where the real problem comes into play. Because we are talking about a good committed woman. But in most cases a young inexperienced woman that doesn't know a lot about the intentions of others. The real problem will come from the other women. Yes, there will be many women that might be jealous of this new good-looking woman. But there will be some that will befriend her, only to get close enough to brainwash her, I'm sorry to say. To adopt their whorish ways. To cause a breakup of a good relationship. just for the joy of watching the destruction of something good. Now ladies, you know what I'm talking about. And the young women that don't know, listen up. These women will come to you like they are your friend. They will show up wanting to do out of work fun stuff. Even asking you to bring along your boyfriend. And they will on purpose try to get your boyfriend to be friends with theirs. And trust me, a lot of the time it's all a setup. Because eventually this so-called new friend will start putting little things in your ears and things in your mind. Little negative things about your relationship. Or regarding the choices that you're making. Little things that make you second guess if you're living your life right or not. And then they will start mentioning this guy or that guy in that department that has a crush on you. They will say, "You can't be so in love to see he's cute." Or haven't you thought about what it would be like to be with another man instead of just being with your boyfriend? I mean, come on, you're human, right? Now remember what you were like before you entered this company. You were working in the mall. You had a simple life. You were in love with your boyfriend who used to visit you on his break and you would visit him. It seemed like you couldn't be with him enough. And he couldn't be with you enough. And you thought, wow, I've finally arrived. A real office job. I can work my way up here and make good money. But now here you are, a different person. Second guessing the handsome man you loved. And you have to think about why this is. Is it because, well, that's just what normal people do? Or was this induced in you? And somehow placed upon your mind as a form of brainwashing? I recently watched a video. I forget the man's name offhand. He was a guy that said he was a Satanist and became saved and is no longer a Satanist. Now I'm not talking religion here. But I mention this because he said he used to befriend people. Just to slowly over time get them to do bad things. To the point it would in the end mess up their life completely. And it was all a plan. He said he used to get pleasure from it. And he believed it brought demons into this person's life. Now no matter if you believe in that or not, the fact is the process is still the same. Especially for your young couples that are good people. I stress on this. You are so naive and have no idea what waits for your relationship on your road to moving up the ladder of life. And that's why I'm telling you this. Because if this hasn't happened to you yet, you will be able to sidestep this problem easy and keep a relationship with someone that's good. And for those that has had this happen, no matter if you were the woman that was manipulated, or the man that trusted and thought everything was going to be fine, when sending your girlfriend or wife off to work, you will be able to prevent or reduce the chances of this happening in the future if you enter into another relationship. And the first step to this is realizing not everyone is your friend. Not everyone is going to have your best interests at heart in life. And some people are going to try to break you. And they will do this with kindness when they first meet you before they start getting you to go against what your normal moral compass tells you to do. They do this because of obligation. If someone is nice to you and does something kind for you, they know that most people feel a sense of obligation. This is the hallmark of the narcissist. And this is how they get their hooks into you. They know if you feel a sense of obligation or bond with them. When they start throwing little things out there that you sense aren't right, you're not so willing to cut ties with this person because of all the nice things they've done with and for you. And just like I said, they will throw little things out there. Little things that it's hard to detect as negative or brainwashing. That's why it's brainwashing. They know the longer you stay around and the longer they can keep working on you, the more of a chance of success they will have of you getting you to throw away your good relationship. And have you thinking it was all your idea. Ladies, listen up. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? This is real. And I want you ladies that this brainwashing has happened to, or those that had it attempted on you, speak up. And share your stories with the young ladies. Because it's up to you experienced women to share this important information so the young women without experience can learn about these pitfalls. And so they don't make a bad choice they will regret for the rest of their life. This is real as real can get. I will say this. If you don't have this information, and you're this young couple, and you both enter the office world, working for different companies, you men are going to lose your woman majority of the time. And yes, there are some evil women that eat up this attention and never had one good intention for you from the get-go. But there are good women out there that are covertly worked on by other women over and over and over again until they doubt everything about you and their choice to be with you. And they are so good at this brainwashing. They make them think they are coming up with all of this on their own. And how you know they were good women at one time is it took this brainwashing to break them. A bad woman doesn't need any of this. They will fall and do you wrong all on their own. But when your good woman enters a new company and enters a den full of Jezebels, if you don't have the right protection and knowledge, you can kiss your relationship goodbye. So what do? How do you prevent this problem? First, you realize it's real. And she has to realize it's real. This can be a huge roadblock. But you need to be able to talk to your woman and she needs to be able to listen to you. Right before she even starts to apply for new jobs in a different world such as an office type setting. She needs to know and accept what's going to come her way in interviews. And when she accepts a new job, she's not only going to be hit on over and over again. But once she gets the job, there will be women there that sense that she's moral and decent. And they will use every evil deceptive trick to change her moral compass around. And these women have done it before and they are good at what they do. If after she hears other testimonies about how real this problem is, and what you have to say about the matter, and she dismisses it, that should tell you everything you need to know. Because if she won't listen to you about this, she won't listen to you about anything. What you do at this point is up to you. But don't be shocked if a few years later she already dumped or cheated on you. However, if she's able to awake to this part of how the matrix works, then you have a chance. If she understands, wow, this is real. This horrible stuff really goes on. And she's willing to listen to you, the man, the protector, you have a shot. Don't believe all of the BS you hear. You just have to trust. The people that repeat that blindly are either deep asleep in the matrix and like it that way, or they are, sorry to say it this way, stupid, or they are wolves in sheep's clothing, basically telling you to leave your doors unlocked so they can rob your house. Do what's right for you. And don't listen to anyone telling you to not protect yourself. That's your relationship. And if it's a good one, realize there are going to be evil people at every turn trying to break you up. This is the sad part of this world. There are millions of demons out there that like to do this kind of stuff to good people. Now, once you both realize this is real, how do you protect against this? Well, you communicate for one. And you draw up a plan. You as the woman be busy. Or at least to the new people you meet at work. Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Always have something to do. Or at least say you do. So they won't invite you anywhere. And if you do go, and you bring your boyfriend, have fun for what it is. But be wary of this new friend calling you up every single weekend wanting to know what you and your boyfriend are doing and if you want to hang out each and every weekend. Once a month. Sure. But every weekend. Now you are neglecting the special time you should be spending with your man. And you are letting these strangers into parts of your relationship where they don't belong. If they want to spend more time with you than seems normal, make an excuse and be too busy. Remember when I said, dealing with narcissists, especially those you work with, taking them head on doesn't help anything. And oftentimes makes things worse. So telling this lady they are spending too much time with you will backfire in your face. Just make an excuse and don't fall into the trap. Now this isn't to say you can't make social friends and go places and do things. But just like in any relationship of any kind, you need to slow things down and observe what is going on. And the reality is, if any grown adult, even if they are young, wants to spend every single weekend with another couple and have no private time to their self, there's something wrong. And that's a big red flag. And it's almost the same as the narcissist love bombing. This person is overwhelming you with attention and making you and your boyfriend feel like you're part of a group of friends. And everyone loves that feeling. But the reality is, groups of friends end up splitting up more times than not. Because there was usually a narcissist pulling the strings and brainwashing good people to screw up their lives. So don't be paranoid. Be aware. Be awake. Observe what people are saying and doing around you. And think to yourself, is this normal or healthy? How is this going to help or hurt the growth of my relationship with my spouse? Because if you get caught up, it's lights out. The other thing is, ladies, give off the air that you're taken. So men will leave you alone. Don't be mean. Be very nice and pleasant. But don't act in a way that's inviting when you have a man. And I say this with all seriousness, because I've met women before that were good like that. They were rock solid. You knew just from talking with them. They loved their man. They loved their family, and they were as down could be. And this comes with knowledge. Know what's really happening and the nature of people. And that the good person you're with is rare. This idiot that's hitting on you though you have a good boyfriend is the scum of the earth. And doesn't deserve your time the way your boyfriend does. Be polite, kind and nice. But carry yourself as a woman that's taken. The second thing is, don't be afraid to stand up for yourself without taking on the narcissist. And what I mean by that is, if one of these Jezebels comes to you and says, isn't so in such and such department cute? Say, I really haven't noticed. I don't look at men here. I have a good man at home I can look at any time I want. Oh, come on now. You know you like so and so. You have to admit it. Hey, I'm sorry. My mind doesn't work that way. I'm with a quality man. And I know they are rare, so I'm never going to let mine go. Ladies, you have to stay firm like that. Don't cower and say, gee. I don't know. You have to stand rock solid when these Jezebels come your way to sway you. And the only way you will be able to do this is if you know beforehand these women are going to come for you. And if you've had heart-to-heart conversations with your man, and you both are on the same page. And for those of you that have faith, 1 Corinthians 11:3 says, but I would have you know, that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. Now if you don't have beliefs, this won't help you much. But if you do, what this is talking about is not bowing down to a man just because he's a man. It's not talking about being ordered around. It's talking about listening to a good man. A really good man that has your and his family's best interests at heart. And sadly, where things go wrong, and why most relationships are doomed the minute some of you ladies walk in the corporate world, is when these other women come your way and fill your head with doubts about everything good and decent. And when your man gets a feeling something is wrong midway through this process, and he speaks up, he's called paranoid, a worrywart, and that he's being judgmental of so-called good people, when in reality he now senses they are no good. And all of this not listening to what's right produces the fruits of a broken relationship. Again, I know that men and women cheat the same at the office and everywhere. But this dynamic I'm talking about is so specific, with the sole agenda to rip a good woman away from a good man. And it's other women that come to this woman that do the brainwashing. You need to wake up to this. This is very real and very sick. And I would like to see good couples see this and sidestep it. And not let these Jezebel demons wreck happiness. Also, don't take a job where there's travel, both men and women, if you're with someone serious. I remember my first office job. And was shown pictures and heard stories of another group that traveled. And how this married woman with nerdy glasses, and who was shy, ended up sleeping with another co-worker. It's the people you would least suspect. And everyone can fall. Trust and know, ladies. There are women at your job that see it as their duties to ruin the minds, hearts and relationships of any new good woman that gets a job there. And the only way you are going to sidestep this problem is realize it's very real. Observe what's going on. And put together a game plan with the one you love. A game plan for you both to be safe from this mess. And to be honest with you, most people can't stand the corporate world after they realize what it really is. And what a nasty place it is. You will be better off starting your own business if you can. Well, that's all I have for now. Please chime in. And tell me if what I'm saying here is ringing true. Also, please share this with everyone you can. If it saves one good relationship out there, I will be happy. And by the way, thank you for your subscriptions. I'm doing my best to grow this channel because I know the importance of getting this information out to as many people as possible. Because, like I always say, knowledge and wisdom is power. The more we know, the more we can lead happy and healthy lives. Until next time. Bye for now. And be good to yourself.